Let's go to page 356. This is lesson 6.1, and this lesson is about ratios, proportions, and the geometric means. Okay, so over here, it says if A and B are two numbers or quantities and B is not equal to 0, then the ratio, so ratio is like comparing two numbers, so ratio of A to B is A over B. The ratio of A to B can also be written as A colon B. Okay, so this is how you write the ratio of A to B, or A to B. Okay. Now, for example, the ratio of the side length in triangle ABC to a side length in triangle DEF can be written as 2 to 1. So it's 2 to 1. Okay. Now, you have to make sure you follow the order. So since the triangle ABC comes first, so it goes first. And triangle DEF comes later or next, and so it goes on the bottom. So make sure you follow the order of the things you're comparing. So again, so the comparing the length is 2 to 1. Okay, the ratio are usually expressed in the simplest form, so you want to simplify as low as you can. Two ratios that have the same simplified form are called equivalent ratios. The ratios 7 to 14 and 1 to 2 in the example below are equivalent. Okay, again, so this is 1 to 2. Okay, so if you simplify, it becomes the same. So that's equivalent. Okay. So again, when you compare the length and the width, so it's 14 to 7, and you simplify, it becomes 2 to 1. Okay. Now you have to pay close attention to what you're comparing. So again, over here it says width to length. So it'd be 7 to 14. If it's length to width, you have to go 14 to 7. So pay close attention to the order. Okay, let's go to example 1. Simplify the ratio. So one thing you have to pay attention to is make sure you have the same unit of measurement or same labels. So these are same, so you're fine. So 64 to 6, okay? So 64 to 6, you can simplify, okay, you can reduce by 2. So divide both the top and bottom by 2. And notice the label cancel out also. Okay, see this cancel out? And so reduce by 2, you get 32 to 3. Okay. Now when you get to example 1b, notice that different label. This is feet and this is inch. So first you have to do is you have to convert them into the same label, same measurement. So 5 feet, to convert you have to times by 12 because there are 12 inch per 1 foot. Okay. So multiply by 12, and now you can cancel all the labels. Notice when you're doing a ratio, notice all the labels also cancel out. If they don't cancel, it means you're doing something wrong. Okay, so feet and feet will cancel out. The inch and inch will cancel out. So you got 5, 12, and 20. So 5 times 12 is 60. So you got 60 over 20 and becomes 3 to 1. Okay. Okay, let's go to example 2. Okay. Okay, use a ratio to find the dimension. Painting. Okay, if you're planning to paint a mural on a rectangular wall, you know the perimeter of the wall is 484 feet, and the ratio of its length to width is 9 to 2. Find the area of the wall. Now, so over here, what you need to do is, when you have this kind of problem, okay, it's important to draw a picture. It helps you to figure it out. Okay, so talking about rectangle, so draw a rectangle. Okay, so this is example 2 on page 357. And when you have a rectangle, you label length, width, and width. Okay, then what you do is, after that, it says the ratio of the length to width. So length to width is 9 to 2. So as you recall from algebra 1, okay, whenever you have a ratio, you have to put in a multiplier. So this would be 9x to 2x. Because 9 to 2 is reduced already. So you have to multiply by a variable to get to the original. Okay. Again, also you can write this, right? So you can write 9x, 2x, 9x, 2x. It also tells you that the perimeter is equal to 484 feet. Okay? So what you can do now is you can substitute. So first you have perimeter equal to, the perimeter of the rectangle is equal to the length plus width plus length plus width. Okay? That's what perimeter is, right? So you can first write down your formula. Then after that, you can go ahead and substitute. So perimeter is 484 feet. Okay, the length is 9x. So whatever you substitute, put in parentheses. That way you know what you substitute. Width is 2x. Length is 9x. Width is 2x. So you got 484 equal to 22x. Divide by 22, divide by 22. So x equal to, okay, so 444. Okay. So after you, 22. 22. Okay. So after you find x equal to 22, now you can find the area. Okay. So now, when you're looking for the area, so you can first have to do is figure out the length and width. Okay. So, or you can just do it directly. It doesn't matter. So let's go and figure out the length and width. So length equal to 198. Okay. And width equal to 44, right? Because x equal to 22. So 22 times 22 give you 44. 9 times 20 give you 198. So the area of the rectangle becomes length times width. So it would be 198 times 44. So area will equal to 8712 square feet. Okay, because this is feet times feet, so give you square feet. Okay. And so that's how you find the answer. Okay. So the key to remember is, again, when you deal with ratio, okay, put in a multiplier, and that way will help you to get back, to original dimensions, and then you can answer whatever question they ask you to do. Okay. Okay, let's go to example 3. Okay, so you have a triangle and you're looking for, so the measure of the angles in triangle CDE are in the extended ratio of, extended ratio means, that means it's a multiple of these. Okay, I can notice they put a multiplier, right? Multiplier is x, right? See, this is 1, 2, 3. Okay, they put a multiplier, so it'd be x, 2x, 3x. So that's what this extended ratio means. Okay, find the measure of the angles. Okay. So as you remember, the sum of the angles in a triangle is equal to 180. Okay, so you got x plus 2x plus 3x equal to 180. So you got 6x equal to 180, divide by 6, so x equal to 30. Okay, so when x equal to 30, so this will equal to 30 degrees, this will equal to 60 degrees, this is equal to 90 degrees. So that will be your 3 angles. Okay. Okay, now let's go to page 358. Proportions. It says an equation that states that two ratios are equal is called a proportion. So when you have a ratio is equal to another ratio, So this would be proportions. And the proportion, if you switch out, this become A, B, C, D, right? So the letters on the end, like A, B, C, D, so the ends are the extremes. The two letters in the middle are called mean. Okay? So the numbers B and C are means of the proportion. The number A and D are the extreme of the proportions. It says the property below can be used to solve proportions. To solve a proportions, you find the value of any variable in the proportion. Okay. So over here you have property of proportion. So when you have proportion, what you do is you cross multiply and you can solve. Okay? Because if you notice that when you cross multiply, they are equal, right? See that you got 2 times 6 will equal to 3 times 4. Okay? So again, from the algebra to solve proportion, you just cross multiply. Okay, so let's go to example 4. Okay, so example 4a, okay, you have 5 over 10 equal to x over 16. Okay, so all you do is just cross multiply. Okay, cross multiply. So you got 10x equal to 5 times 16. Okay. Now you can do this without calculator. Okay. The one thing is if you're going to do it without calculator, don't waste your time multiply out. Okay. So what you want to do to solve, you just divide both sides by 10. So this will cancel out, and you can just reduce. So 5 and 10 can cancel. Okay, reduce by 2, and then 2 and 16 can divide. So x will equal to 8. Okay. So don't waste your time multiply out into a big, huge number, and then you have to reduce. Okay, so you're doing double work. Okay, so you don't want to do that. Okay, so for b, okay, you have 1 over y plus 1 equal 2 over 3y. Okay, so you can cross multiply. So I like to put a higher variable on the left-hand side. That way you don't want to deal with negative numbers. Okay, so you're going to get 3y equal to, when you cross multiply, you get 2y plus 2. Okay, so make sure you know how to multiply. Then you minus 2y on both sides. So you got y equal to 2. Okay. Okay, and so here are the steps, but this is how you do it. Okay. Okay, let's go to example 5. Solve a real-world problem. Okay, it says as part of environmental study, you need to estimate the number of trees in 150-acre area. Okay, you counted 270 trees in 2-acre area, and you notice that the tree seems to be evenly distributed. Estimate the total number of trees. Okay, so first you want to do is write the ratio. Okay. Okay, so you have, so you're looking for trees, so that's x, trees in 150 acres. Okay, and and it says you counted 270 trees. So what you do is write down the information in 2 acres. Okay, so what you do is once you write things out, right? Whatever you see, then that's your ratio. That's an easy way to do it. Okay, there's many ways you can write your ratio. Okay, but if you write information, notice when you line up your labels, that will be your equation. So you got x over 270 equal to 150 over 2. Okay, so this is probably an easy way to do it. Again, like I said, there are many ways you can do it. You can do it the book method. Okay, but if you write things out and you line things up, then whatever you see, like x and 270, 150 and 2, that would be your equation. Okay. Okay, so now you're going to cross multiply. So you got 2x equal to 270 times 150. Right? Again, cross multiply. Then you divide both sides by 2, so you got x equal to, so you can use your calculator. So you got 270 times 150 divided by 2 equal 20250 trees. Okay, so that's how you, again, that's how you can do it. Okay, so again, there are many ways you can write a ratio. Okay, as long as you line up, you can line up the labels vertically or you can line up horizontally. But as long as you things are lined up and whatever you see, then that would be your the equation for proportions. Okay. 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 Next, let's go over geometric mean. The geometric mean of the two positive number a and b is the positive number x that satisfies a over x equal to x over b. So that way, when you cross multiply, you get x squared equal to ab, and you take the square root, you get x equal to square root of ab. Okay, so you can think of it as like the x is like a number between the a and the b. Okay, but it's geometric. So make sure you know this formula. Okay, so you're going to need that. Okay, let's go to example 6. So you're looking for geometric mean between the 24 and 48. Okay, so you have two numbers. You got 24 in between and 48. Okay, so you're looking for a number in between. So you can call this x. Okay, so again, to find that, you just take you multiply and take the square root. So x equal to square root of 24 times 48. Okay. Normally you want to get the perfect, you want to, don't use a calculator right away, okay, because it's not exact. So to simplify these, what you do is use your algebra. Okay. So what you want to do is break into the perfect numbers. So 24, you can make into 4, 3, and 2, right? So that's a perfect number in 3 and 2. 48 is 6 and 8, okay, but you don't want to do 8, right? So, okay, so this is what you do, okay? So you got 24. Okay, so let's not do this. Let's go and use the algebra. So 24, you break down into 2, so 12, divide by 2, you get 6, divide by 2, you get 3. So this comes out, so you're going to get 2 square root of 6, okay? The 48, you do the same thing, 2, you're going to get 24, 2, 12, divide by 2. Again, make it into prime factorization. So this comes out, okay? So this becomes 4 square root of 3. You know what, let's not make it this, see the 2 and 3, let's make it 2 and 3. Okay. Okay. So now notice that x will equal to the 2 from here, the 4 from here, and the 3 and 3, square root of 3 and square root of 3 will give you another 3 and enough over. So again, you got to remember that bit from your algebra 1. Okay, how to simplify square roots. So x will be equal to 24 square root of 2. Okay, and that's what you get, right? So you don't want to make number kind of big because sometimes the number gets too big and it's kind of hard to simplify. Okay, so it's better to just go and simplify when it's small. Okay, use the method. Okay, and from there, if you use calculator, you can use calculator to estimate. Okay, and you get 33.9.